Good morning, guys. It's the 12th of October 2022. It's almost 5 a.m, hence the bedhead, right? But I've already been up for 2 hours, so yeah, no. But I wanted to tell you a story about what happened to me yesterday. So, I went to do the Tuesday shop because that's what I do on a Tuesday morning. I walk from here to the supermarket and I get the shopping done because, you know, Tuesday's payday and that's what I do. So that was cool. I got around, did the things. I was a little bit disappointed because a lot of the prices have gone up quite a lot. Now, the reason that I know this is because I buy certain things at a certain time of year, and I buy exactly the same things at that certain time of year because I am about to do my mammoth lasagna making for the year. So same ingredients every single year, right? Now, if I'd bought exactly the ingredients that I normally buy, I would have been looking at nearly £200 of ingredients. But I shopped around and I went to the Whoops shelves and I went and bought the basics items because I just wasn't going to pay £3 or £4 extra to have a company name on the product. And I ended up spending £61. And, you know, normally, I mean, last year it cost me 40 quid. 40. You know, and that was buying the named brand stuff. And that was buying full beef mince. That wasn't buying like a beef and pork mince mix, and that was buying, you know, the best I could get because this, and you know, this was, you know, so the fact that it's literally almost doubled in price, just getting basics and reduced stuff. And as I said, if I'd bought everything brand new, it would have been £200. It was a little bit upsetting and a little bit kind of disheartening. But, you know, I trucked on and off we went. And I also found crumpets that had been marked down to 14p a packet. So I grabbed 5 of those and they're now sitting in my freezer waiting for Christmas. Yes, they are. Anywho, moving swiftly on, I went and had my brew. I booked my taxi for 9:20. Prepaid my taxi, that was fine, not a problem, and decided at about 9 o'clock that it'd be a really good idea just to start heading down the other end of the supermarket to go and get my walker, and stopped in the disabled bathroom because that's what I do. Because I am disabled, I go to the disabled bathroom. I do what I got to do, and I just put my hands under the water and an alarm goes off. Like literally the second my hand hits that water, an alarm goes off. And I'm like, did I do that? Is that the disability help alarm? What the hell? So I'm desperately looking around while drying my hands on my shirt. I'm looking around to see what I could do. There's this red light flashing and I'm like, oh crap, it's the disability help alarm. What the hell do I do? How do I get over this? And I just had to get me and the trolley out of the disabled toilets so that I could go and get some help and get that thing turned off or disappear. One or the other. I don't care. One of them. So that was fine. I go out and the whole shop is being evacuated, which doesn't help my situation. I'm like sitting there going, did I do that? Did I fart or something? Did they got a fart alarm? I had no idea what was going on. I was like, did I hit something with my butt? Because it's quite possible. There wasn't a lot of room to move once the trolley was in there, you know, and I wasn't going to leave it outside because, you know, those ingredients were friggin' expensive. So I headed out like everybody else and got my walker from the security guard place and made my way outside, and as I was taking my trolley back, because I wanted my pound coin because they all run on pound coins, and putting my shopping on my walker, and I open up my taxi app and my booking has disappeared. And I'm like, crap. What do I do? So I'm looking again, and I check the bank. And because you prepay a little bit more than you're expected to, because just in case, you know, there's traffic or whatever, and it just costs a little bit more than it normally would. So I had £9.50 that was sitting pending in my account, and I'm like, I've got £7 left in my account. I can't pre-book another taxi. It's gone. So I had to ring up the taxi company, and she couldn't even find the booking. She couldn't understand where the money had gone. She couldn't understand where my booking had gone. There was no record at all of this, of me actually ever booking a taxi. And I'm in bits at this point. I had not only walked to the supermarket, which was almost a kilometre away from my house, but I'd also walked around the supermarket just to get that little bit extra exercise. And there was no way that my back or my hip would have coped with me walking home again. It just wasn't going to happen. So I was in pieces, and I said to her, look, I've only got £7 left. I can't pre-book another taxi. She goes, listen, what we're going to do is this. She said, because I know you're so upset and I need to help you because this is not okay. She said, I'm going to cap your trip at £6. So it's not going to cost you any more than that. I went, okay. Thank you. So got that, got home. Cat tried to escape out the front door twice. So I waved a pepperami in her face. She didn't get one, but it was enough to keep her inside. So, you know, yeah, and that was my day. On top of that, I've been trying to get hold of my Bam. You know, Bam, my son, my eldest, my wonderful Bam that comes and does some videos with me, especially the collaboration videos. He loves doing those. So he can't, you know, I've been trying to get hold of him for a few days because, you know, I've been a little bit worried about him. He's got a bit of a situation going on, and he's a bit freaky deaky dink donk. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that he's not going to get help, and it doesn't mean we haven't got it in hand. It's just, it's a bit freaky, and it kind of sent his brain leaking out of his ears when I last saw him. But I haven't really talked to him since then. And I'd sent him messages on Discord and nothing. So every day since Friday, I had sent him a message on Discord. I sent him something funny. I sent him something, you know, all the normal things that you normally do. Until yesterday when I sent him a message saying, call your frigging mother, you know, because I'm starting to worry. So I ring my sister at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I say to her, can you ask my nephew if she's heard from Bam? If he's heard from Bam? And he went, no, he hasn't spoken to him since Saturday when they did D&D. I'm like, oh. I said, okay. Well, I was in a little bit of a state at this point because I was really worried because Bam's supposed to turn up this morning. So, you know, because he's got a meeting with a person that is going to help him with the situation. So, you know, I was starting to panic because, like I said, his brain leaked out of his ears. He was really in a panic. He's kind of got to a stage where he's kind of like over it. And, you know, that's not a good place to be in. So I made Tanny, on his way home from work, drive all the way over town. So not on his way home from work. Go all the way over town to go and do a welfare check on my son, who is still breathing. I'm just letting you know. He's okay. And he will be here at about 8 o'clock in the morning, in about 3 hours' time, which is really, really cool because, you know, mummy worries, you know. So I'm just going to say this to all you mummies out there who worry about your kids. It's normal. And it doesn't matter if they're 13 or 31. you're still going to worry if you don't hear from them, and you're expecting to hear from them, you know, in a way that you used to, you know. So, yeah. So that was my day yesterday. And today, oh, you know, it's just another day. Let's just leave that in the past and carry on with today and deal with that. I have to turn my house into a show home in like less than 3 hours so that I can, you know, have this person come over and not be judgy about what's going on in my house right now. Thankfully, Tanny was very helpful this morning, and he took all his stuff out and he took all the rubbish out, which really helped me a lot. And so all I have to do now is just to tidy up and make things look fairly reasonably normally, you know, not as chaotic as normal. Anyway, guys, whatever you're doing today, just remember there isn't a fart alarm in the disabled toilets. Smile. It's never going to get as bad as you think it is. And just go and have a really good day. And if you can't laugh at it, no one else gets to. Have a really awesome rest of your day, guys. Love you guys heaps. Mwah. Blessings.